everybody, it's Marilyn PD, and we're going to get a flawless finish for all these mature women that has the mature skin, or should I say sophisticated? I don't know what to even call it, but mature. So y'all say hello to me. If y'all have any questions, please ask. My name is Marilyn Peavy, and I am a unique presenter with Unique. And as you can tell, I'm a mature woman. I am 54 years old, and I have learned different techniques on how to apply your makeup for mature skin. Ladies, I have complaints all the time from other women that I can't wear foundation because it shows my wrinkles. I can't wear mascara because it makes my eyes dark. I can't wear eyeliner because all this. I can't wear shimmers. I can't do this, can't do that. I'm here to tell you that we of course, you cannot do a lot of things, but when you're 20 years old, you could. But I'm here to show you that you can use some things that your 20-year-olds are doing. It's just how to apply your makeup. So I'm going to show y'all the tips and tricks that I have learned since I have mature skin, and I'm sharing it with you guys. So if y'all have any questions in the meantime, y'all ask me, and I will answer. When I take my glasses off, I can't see nothing. That goes with our age. And so if I don't see it, I will come back and answer it. I will try to see it, but I'll be squinting. So first thing I ever do before I put foundation on at all is I prep my face. Ladies, when you have mature skin, or anybody's skin actually, you need to prep your face before foundation. That it is a must. You do not need to skimp on your makeup, especially with mature skin, because everything goes down south when we get older. So we've got to protect our skin and make it look radiant. So I am here to show y'all how to put different tips. I'm not going to be able to show you everything, but I'm going to show you how I prep my face before foundation, okay? And some other things. Now, before I do anything, I wash my face, and I always like using this Pore Purifying Cleanser. It has little beads in there, and it gently exfoliates your face. So I use this cleanser first. Okay, and after you use the cleanser, then you need to tone with rose water. And what I do, and ladies, what I'm going to be showing y'all, tricks that you do not want to pull on your face, especially with mature skin, because that's what's causing the wrinkles. This layer right here up underneath our eyes is the most thinnest area, and our brows, our neck, and our chest area is the first thing where we see the wrinkles. So what we're going to do is, after we've cleansed our face, we're going to tone. So you spritz your face, and I pat it in. And don't pull, just pat. Just pat that toner in. That toner is going to bring... The next thing, the most important thing, especially for mature skin, is our moisturizer. I use a moisturizer with SPF, and I've always been told in the wintertime that the sun is closer to the earth. So even though that it's not summertime, you still need to use an SPF. So I'm using the Renewing Day Cream, and it only takes a little bit. And I spread it on my fingers, and we're not going to pull. We're just going to dab. Okay, we're just going to dab our face with this moisturizer and work it around your eyes and up underneath your neck. Like I said, we tend to get those wrinkles and everything on our neck and our chest area first. All right, so we've got our moisturizer on. Now we're going to, after we've got this patted in, do not pull. All right. Now we're going to prime our face. And I'm using the Glorious Primer. Ladies, this is very important. If you don't do anything else, you need to use primer, especially for mature skin. The primer acts as a barrier for your fine lines and wrinkles. It's going to put in there and protect your fine lines and wrinkles. When you put the foundation on, it's not going to seep into those fine lines and wrinkles. And then throughout the day, if you don't use it, then all it's going to do is, with your secretions of your oils, is going to come out and it's going to make your foundation icky. It don't matter what foundation you use. So it is important, especially for mature women, to use a face primer. So this is a silicone-based primer, and it makes your skin feel silky smooth. And a lot of women has a misconception that you need a lot, and you don't. All you need is a pea size. If you use more than that, it's not going to be effective. I promise you. And I've been using this for 3 years, and I can contest that I used to want to just slather it on my face because it felt good. So all we're doing is using this pea size, and we're going to rub it on our face. We're not going to pat. We're not going to rub. We are going to pat it in. Okay? It is important with mature skin that you use the patting effect. Don't use a brush. Don't rub. Pat. Please pat. Because all you're doing is pulling your skin. Because when we get mature, everything goes down south. And if y'all don't have mature skin, you know what I'm saying. Or should I say sophisticated skin. I know some women don't want to say mature, but it sounds a whole lot better than saying old. And when you get my age, we're old. But we're just patting this in, okay? Now, another thing that I highly recommend for mature skin is our setting spray, our Behold setting spray. Setting spray is meant to be layered, ladies. It's some people just spray it on after they get the makeup, but it is meant to be layered. And we're going to layer this setting spray, and this is going to be your best friend for us mature women. And I have tried other setting spray, and I did not like it as much as I have this. I love this stuff. So my tools that I use for most of the time is a blending bud or our sponge. I forget what they call it because I keep calling it blending bud. But if y'all have never used these before, you need to rinse them in water and wring them out, and then take a towel and squeeze the rest of it out. So it's a damp sponge, okay? So we're going to be using this to apply our foundation. So what I said with this setting spray, we're going to use it now, and we're going to use it a couple other times throughout this application. So what I do is I spray my face, and then I take this bud and I just pat it in. Okay? We're just patting it. So this is my base face application. Now, before you put the moisturizer on, because sometimes I tend to forget, like I just did, if you want to put any kind of eye serums on, or serums, you need to put a serum for the fine lines and wrinkles around here in your mouth. It will plump them back up. This right here is the Instant Uplift Serum, and I use this around my lips, in my eye area where the crow feet are, up underneath here. So all you do is just use a little dab will do you, and just pat it, okay? So I forgot this, sorry, but we're not going to go back and do it. But usually that is my base face application. So I let that primer sit. So while we're going to let it sit, we're going to go ahead and do I've already done one brow. So we're going to go do this other brow. I know that we already had a brow demonstration, but I wanted to talk to y'all about the brows for the mature skin, because we lose the mature women do lose their brows come first. We lose brows. They may be sparse here or sparse there. We lose this thickness. Also, we lose the color of them. I want to give you a tip. If you have gray up here and you want to make them darker, you can go out to the drugstore and get the the men's color dye. And all you do is just mix just a little bit. You can use this and mix just a little bit and put it on with a spoolie or a brow brush. I don't know if I have my brow brush here to show you. But just put it, all you do is put it on and leave it for 5 minutes. The reason why I say the men's, because it's the hair color. So whatever hair color you want, that's what you want to put on. 2, if you ladies, if you don't want to do it free-handed, Unique has a stencil that we can use that I like using, and it comes in 5 different sizes. Hold on, and I think it's like it's $9.50 for the set. So there's 5 different stencils here. Okay. So you can figure out which one you need. I use number 5. And I've already done my eye here. And it gives you the perfect arch. So sometimes we lose our arch. So if you want to draw them on with the stencil for us older ladies, this will help. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on this eye and show you. I'm using the brow palette. And I am using the blonde, because I've got blonde and gray hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm using my our brow brush. It's 2-sided. So let me put this down, and I'm going to go into the light and into this wax here. So what I do is I load my brush up with this and then with the wax. So I had to show you that because I can't hold the stencil up there at the same time. So what we're going to do is we're going to line this up just like that. Ooh-ha. Okay. So let me, and I'm taking this, the corner one. And all we're doing, make sure I've got it lined up right, because I'm trying to make that perfect arch, especially if you're missing your arch. Now, all we're going to do is we're just going to fill this in. Okay? Just like so. It's kind of hard to do with this. And you notice I did not load my brush back up. I just went on. So all we're doing is doing that. So now you take this off, and we've got a spot right here where that, because of the space right there, what we're going to do is we're going to fill it back in. We've already made our, and the brow is the most important thing to do if you don't do anything else, because it frames our face, and like I said, our brows is the ones that goes first. So, and I'm going to take this flat end, and I'm going into the white cream, and I'm just going to go up under and highlight. This one does not have too much shimmer in it, so that's why I like using it. So ladies, if you do not have, if you don't have your eyes groomed, you need to go get them groomed or pluck them yourself or whatever. But that with this stencil here, it makes it a whole lot easier for me, especially with me losing a lot of my brows. It helps me fill it in better. So that's all I do with my brow. So now I've let this, I have let that, our prep for our face seep in. So it's important to let that set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our Liquid Touch foundation. You guys, I love this foundation because it's got, it's a mineral foundation, and I love it because it has some ingredients in there that helps with the aging process. So it is, and we need all the help we can get for mature skin, right? So this is satin, and I'm going to shake this up because I just got this in the mail yesterday because I realized I didn't have satin on. This is my color in hand, and I had to have it, so I had to special order it just to get it in. So thank God I got it in yesterday. So I am shaking this up. Now, ladies, I do not put my foundation on with a brush. And I'll tell you why. And I also use, I use the Uplift Eye Serum. This is the old bottle because I had ordered a bunch of this stuff when it was available. So it lasts a long time because you only use a drop or two, and it lasts a long time. You can use, what I do is, let me just go ahead and show you. What I do is I put it on the back of my hand. I put about that much on the back of my hand, and I take that Uplift Eye Serum. This Uplift Eye Serum has all kinds of ingredients in it that will help with the aging process and the fine lines and wrinkles. And I always, I don't care what kind of foundation you use, I always mix this. You can use argan oil. I only put a drop. Or you can use almond oil or jojoba oil. But I love this because it has other ingredients in there that helps with the fine line and wrinkles. And what I do is I mix this together. See? And it thins it out. It's not going to thin it out. It's not going to make your skin oily. I promise. So what I do is I just dab it on my face. Oop. I mean to get it on my lips. Alright. Alright. Now I take my sponge and I just wipe the back of my hand off. And now all I'm going to do is dab. You're not going to wipe. You're going to dab. And the reason for this is that you don't want to swipe around. You want to dab. You want to dab that foundation into your fine lines and wrinkles. You want it to look like skin. You don't want it to like it's laying on top, okay? So we are going to dab and not pull on our skin. And this liquid foundation dries into a powder. But I am going to show y'all how to make this foundation look flawless on you so you can have a photo shop finish for mature skin. And believe me, I have done this for 3 years. So I know the ins and outs. So I'm sharing it with you guys. So we're just dabbing this in with our sponge. We're not pulling. And you want to go down your neck. Okay? And just dabbing. That's all you're doing. And it only takes a little bit. Y'all seen the little bit I've made. So it don't take much. And some women do concealer first, but I usually don't. I use the concealer second. But I go back to this setting spray. Remember I told you it was we layer it? I spray about 2 sprays on my sponge, and then I go back and I dab. This is setting this foundation into your skin, and helping with those fine lines and wrinkles. We want to try to stay away from as much powder as possible, especially with a lot of wrinkles, because we don't want the powder is going to make it accentuate, and you don't want that. Okay? So we're using that setting spray. That setting spray is going to be your best friend. So all we're doing is just patting that spray in, okay? Now, we are going to go with our our concealer. Now, I use the same concealer, same color concealer for my age spots. I've got age spots right here, and some right here. I use the same color. This is satin, so I use satin on my for the foundation. So what I'm going to do now, all concealers are thick in consistency. So what you need to do is you need to put it on the back of your hand. Okay? And let your skin warm it up. And I spread it around so it's easy for it to liquefy. Don't want it as thick. So with your body temperature, it's going to heat it up. So what I do is I take a concealer brush, and then I just dab the areas that I want to conceal. I still have breakouts, ladies. So if you have a breakout, this is when I apply it. I had one here a couple weeks ago, like right here. So I would conceal that. So this is the same color as the foundation, okay? And it's going to conceal those age spots, the blue marks, or whatever you have. All right. So what I do is I go back with the sponge and I dab where I dab the concealer in where I've put it. Okay. Now, another trick with that concealer, if you have a lot of wrinkles around our lips, because we do tend to, you can put that concealer there and pat it in, okay? Now, for underneath our eyes, if you have a lot of the bags up underneath our eyes, the huge bags that you get up under your eyes, you don't really want to go to a concealer that is a lighter color. You want to use the same color so it won't, you don't want to draw attention to that, okay? So, use the same color concealer. If you do not have that, and you do have, like me, I just have a little bit of wrinkles up underneath me, but I'm short underneath my eyes. But this is the thinnest part of our skin, okay, on our face. And I'm using a shade, 1 or 2 shades lighter, and it's called Velour. And this is the concealer. And I'm going to do the same thing as I did, and I'm just going to highlight my eyes that I did with that other color. And I'm going to take my concealer brush. Now, before I go on, I want to tell y'all that I use the eye primer on my eyes. I've already done my eyes, and I also put it up under my eyes here. For mature skin, this eye primer will help with those wrinkles up underneath your the bags and the wrinkles up underneath your eyes. So use this first, which I did not show you because I already did it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this concealer now and I'm going to highlight my eyes. So all I do is I go down in a corner and I draw up. We want to go up because we don't want to come out this way or anything like that, because we're trying to give our face a facelift. And all I do is I dab this. And you do the same thing over here on this side. Just like that. So that's the highlight. And I'm going to leave it on there just a second. And if you have a little bit left over, you can come and down and highlight your nose if you want. Y'all don't want to use shimmers, too much shimmer on your face for older ladies. If you have enough, you can, especially all over shimmer, because it's all you're going to do is insinuate your wrinkles, and you don't want that. You can highlight, but don't use it all over. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our blending bud again, and guess what? We're using our setting spray. Again, we're going to spray our sponge. What this is going to do is set this into our pores, and it's going to keep the creasing down from our wrinkles. Okay? So all we're doing is dabbing this in. And you want to make sure you go into the inner corner, because that's usually where we start showing that dark spots. You know, the dark ring, as I want to call it. Okay? All you do is just dab this in, y'all, with that setting spray. And if you want to make sure, you can go back and spray some more of that setting spray and dab some more. But you dab it in, this concealer in, just like so. This way I'm showing you will let your makeup last all day long without the creasing, without the secretions, and showing more wrinkles, okay? And so all you do is just blend this in, and that setting spray is your best friend, along with that primer. All right, so that's our basic face. Now, y'all can go watch the other videos for chiseling your face. Well, I call chiseling, but it's the contouring. If you want to thin out your face, thin out your nose, even this right here tends to start sagging. If you contour, you can contour down here to eliminate that. Right, the draw that's right there. But I'm not going to show you all that today, because I've got other things to show you. And I don't want to take a whole lot of y'all's time up. So, now I've already done my eyeshadow, but let me talk to you about a little bit of eyeshadows. With mature skin, the myth is to not use shimmers. Hockey puck. You can use shimmers, but you don't want to go overboard, okay? You don't want to go overboard with shimmers. You want to go use more mattes than you do shimmers. Now, the glitters, the bright glitters, I would not use for real mature skin. It does not look right. The new palette, the anniversary palette that came out, I was scared to use it, but I used it, and people, I looked hot. So all you have to do is try it. I just did not go overboard with the shimmer, that anniversary palette, but the shimmers you can use. Now, the rule of thumb for me, I suggest you not use shimmers on your hood. And the hood means this up here and down here. I always use a matte shadow, and I'll show you the color shadow I use today. I use this color right here for my transition color. I usually go with this for my transition color, or I use this color right here. I think this is Timid, and I forget the color of that. But if anybody wants to know, just ask me, and I'll find out. I'll pop it out, but I ain't gonna pop it out right now. So anyway, I use this as my transition color today, and I used my cream eyeshadows the rest of the way. Reason why I love the cream eyeshadows is because they go on like a mousse, and then they dry into a powder, and they are there, and they will not crease. So if you have the creases in your eyes, I suggest to use the cream eyeshadows. You can pair the cream eyeshadows up with the powders, but try to stay away from as much powder as you can. But the cream eyeshadows, guys, we've got the mattes and we have the shimmers. And shimmers is okay. So I did use the new metallic one here over on my hood and in my crease, which is this one right here. And I lightly did it. Okay, and then I used one of the Elegant shimmer for my lids, and all I did was pat it. But I am going to show you all a trick I learned a long time ago with eyeliner. How many of y'all have the eyeliner and the liquid eyeliner, and you've got so many folds in your eyes that it doesn't look right? Well, I've got a trick for you. I use that brow brush, and I use the cream eyeshadow in matte in Majestic. And I'm going to show y'all how I use it. I use this, the angle brush. And I may have to get my mirror because I'm blind as a bat, especially when it comes to fine detail. So, y'all hang on. Let me get my mirror. And hopefully y'all can see. So what I do is I take this, and all I do, and you don't want to go, you just want to dab over. In other words, like a dot to dot. And just come over. Once this is on, like I said, it stays on. If you have a lot of folds, I would suggest using a brown. We've got some browns in the mattes, but if you don't, then you can use the black like I'm using now. So all I do is I just bring it over, just like that. All right, so there's our eyeliner. Then you can get closer to your lashes. Now, what I do is, ladies, let's face it, our brows, our eyelashes, they go when we're older. So what I use is I tight line my eyes and my waterline. And that gives you the appearance of thicker lashes. Okay? Now, you can use the white eyeliner, which will make your eyes wider for your waterline down here. So that is my eyeliner trick for you ladies. And don't use any eyeliner up underneath our eyes. What you need to do is you need to use the, what I always say, whatever you use over here in the crease, is use that same color up underneath your eye. So since I used that metallic, where did I put it? This color here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my crease brush and just load it up just a tad. And I'm going to go up underneath my eye and bring it all the way over. So you don't need eyeliner. Just use this. Whatever shadow you're using, whatever you used in the V, just bring it down. Okay? Just like so. And that will keep the eyeliner, black eyeliner. I would not accentuate my eye any no more than you have to, and just only do it in your waterline. Alright, so now blush. Guys, just keep it simple with your blush. I love these chrome, these limited editions. I don't know how long they're going to be available, but I use the limited editions. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it, and it's going to give us a little bit of shimmer. Normally, I would chisel my face out, contour a little bit. And usually with contour, I use the liquid. I use the BB cream, and this is, I think this is Chanel. So I use this to contour, but I'm not going to go into that. Or I use a bronzer, and I use the matte side of the bronzer, but I'm not going to show y'all that today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my angle brush. Well, that's not an angle brush. Where is my angle brush? There it is. The Unique angle brush. And I'm just going to use this. This is a Serene. And just going to put just a little bit of shimmer highlight. And we're going to work up. We're not going to just do our apple. We're going to work up because we want to lift our face, you guys. We don't want to bring anything down. So just brush it back. All right. So that is the nice simple look. And then the next thing is our lipstick. Oop. Now, ladies, our lips get dry. I recommend that sugar scrub, which I've already done this morning, which is this right here. And I think one of our ladies is going to tell you about it. But I put it on my face when I'm doing my primer, or on my lips, and let exfoliate my lips before I put any lipstick on. I'm using Pouty lip liner. Ladies, when you're older, our lips do tend to bleed because of the exfoliation, so that is important. But also, it will keep the bleeding down if you use a lip liner. And I'm going to use Pouty today because it's a nude. And I go in the crisscross motion in my Cupid's bow, just so it'd be perfect. And we line our lips, okay? I'm going to use the liquid lipstick today in, can't even see. Where did I put my glasses? Let me put my glasses on and I'll tell you what color it is. It's one of the metallics. It's Superior. And it's a light shade. And we're just going to put this color on. Okay, I got a trick for you on the liquid lipsticks. When they dry, they'll stay for a while. What I do so it won't get on your teeth or it's not going to bleed. What I do is I put mine out and bring it out. That's it. So the excess will come on your hand. So, ladies, that is it except for our mascara. So let me talk about lashes. I use this eye serum to grow my lashes, and they have grown. But have y'all ever used the lash serum to use as a base before your mascara? I recommend to do it. So I've already put this lash serum on my base already before I came on live. And let me tell y'all, if y'all want to grow your brows, you can also put it on your brow area. It will make them more thicker. So the lash serum is worth the money, you guys. I love this stuff. So I'm just going to put Epic Mascara on today. And when I put the mascara on, I always look down in the mirror and get close to that lash line as possible, because we want it to look fuller, especially with mature women. And then I do a roll up. This stuff is going to give you a lift. Sometimes it will curl, but with mature women it does not. But it is going to lift your lashes, so it's up to you if you want to use an eye curler or not. I don't. I never have. This gives me enough lift that I don't have to worry about it. So what I do is I work this mascara into these lashes, and it's going to make your lashes a lot longer and fuller. And then if you want to pair it up with the 3D and even go with more of extreme, you can. But I'm not going to show you all that today because we've had demos on the mascara before. Now, I used to not do the 3D when we only had the 3D on my bottom lash line. It just didn't look like with mature women. But since we've come out with the Epic, I do it on the bottom. Just a very little bit. You don't want to go overboard. Okay, so if you want to go a second coat on that lash, you can. And that is some of my tips and tricks for you guys for the mature women. Clean my glasses off. They look smudgy. But anyway, that is my tips and tricks for you guys for the mature skin or the sophisticated skin. But you guys, remember that base face that I did, the base face application is so important in layering your makeup for mature skin. And if you do that, you're going to have a photo shop finish. Y'all see that? I love it. If you want to, you can, after you've done all your makeup application, you can spray your face to set it again. But this, how I showed you, is to help you without the powders, because the powders are going to make the crinkles. And you don't want the crinkles. All right, y'all have a great day, and Merry Christmas if I don't talk to any of y'all in between. But y'all, if y'all come on here and watch this, and it's the replay, push hashtag replay so at least I can say hello. So anyway, y'all have a great day, and bye.